Maverick's in-depth speech on inflation as a double-bladed sword. An economic enigma, the tale of Freedom Falls. In the bustling, economic microcosm known as Freedom Falls, a tale of two citizens unfolded, illustrating how inflation, often viewed as an economic antagonist, can play both sides of the coin. Meet Det Duke, a savvy real estate investor, and Rate Rover, an everyday worker with dreams of a brighter future. Their lives, though markedly different, were intrinsically linked by the threads of inflation. In the heart of Freedom Falls, news about increasing short-term interest rates to 5% and an overwhelming federal debt exceeding $30 trillion stirred up an economic tempest. Rate Rover, like many, found himself grappling with escalating living costs. His static income now bought less, eroding his savings, and pushing his dream of homeownership further away. Det Duke, however, surveyed the storm through the lens of opportunity. As inflation surged, the price tags of his numerous properties followed suit, offering him a sturdy lifeline against the tide of economic upheaval. Unlike the dollar, which was losing value, his real estate was tethered to the underlying property demand, safeguarding and even increasing his wealth. A research paper by Dopke and Schneider, 2006, presents this picture in stark economic terms. Inflation acts as a Robin Hood of sorts, taking from the savers and giving to the borrowers. Savers, like Rate Rover, see the worth of their nest egg decline, while borrowers, such as mortgage holders like Det Duke, repay their debts with cheaper dollars. Further illustrating this is the study by the National Bureau of Economic Research, which showed that during inflation, property prices often rise, enabling owners to pass on higher costs to renters, protecting their rental income. Thus, while Rate Rover struggled with increased rent, Det Duke enjoyed a steady income. Federal Reserve Economic Data, FRED, further strengthens this tale, indicating that during inflation, certain asset classes like equities often outperform others, generating substantial returns for shrewd investors. This phenomenon implies that while some, like Rate Rover, may find their purchasing power diminished, others like Det Duke are busy turning the villainous inflation into an allied force. Interestingly, a paper by Adam and Zhu, 2016, suggests that in an economy with high debt levels, like that of Freedom Falls, inflation could decrease the real value of the debt, indirectly easing the burden. While the Federal Reserve's decision to increase interest rates to 5% was an attempt to counteract inflation, it also opened another door for savvy investors. Higher interest rates mean higher returns on savings and money market accounts, somewhat offsetting inflation's impact on these assets. In this engrossing tale of Freedom Falls, inflation emerges not solely as a formidable foe but also as an unlikely ally. It's a character that elicits fear in some and a gleam in the eye of others. A reminder that the narrative around inflation isn't as straightforward as it seems, and the economic dance floor invites all. But only those with an understanding of the rhythm can truly tap into the beat.